Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Dom, and I'm your one and only Marvelous Imp. And today we're going to be reviewing Rosemary's Baby, where a young couple trying for a baby moves into an aging, ornate apartment building on Central Park, West New York City, where they find themselves surrounded by particular elderly neighbors. This is directed by Roman Polanski and written by him. And to start off our spooky season of the month, I just kind of wanted to dive in this movie. It is definitely old school. It was written, I want to say, back in 1968-ish, is when it made its debut. And I can see why it was a big hit. And why it just really just travels down the marker of being very shocking. Not as shocking, I would say, as The Exorcist during its time period. But for Rosemary's Baby, it does have its moments, especially in this time period of film. You got to understand during the late 60s and 70s to see some of this stuff and to see it on screen was very shocking to some viewers. They didn't see this stuff. Horror wasn't a big thriving thing other than the Hitchcock stuff that we saw, like the Twilight Zone, that were kind of showcased here, especially for demons, specifically, and the devil, and things like that. That was very, very hush-hush and super shocking when it was talked about or you heard about it. Now, I can say the best thing about Rosemary's Baby, though, is that you're taking this journey with her. All the characters around her have a very intuitive vibe where you know something's wrong, but you don't know if they're lying. And that's what I love about this film. That's where this film really kills it. Is because as you're going with Rosemary and her journey of what's happening in their apartment, you really don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on either with her or with the character. The director makes sure that you are just as confused as she is. There's no insight to what's happening with the characters around her. You have an idea. You definitely have an idea of what's going on, but you're not quite sure what it is. And you're not quite sure if some of the characters are telling the truth, if they're being good, if they have good intentions or bad, or if they're being mischievous. It's all hidden. It's never just flat out said, these characters are being malevolent, these characters have bad intentions, these characters are bad. And that's the best part of the film. Is, when you go through this journey with her, it's all a mystery. It's all, what is happening? What is going on? And you got to think, again, for the time period in 1968, when this was shown to viewers, they were right on that journey with her. And I think for that time, this is why the movie gets so much credit as it does. Because you don't know what's going on or what's happening. Right up till the end. Right up till the brutal end of the film, where it's given to us in full, and we are just Pikachu face the whole time, saying, oh my, what is going on? How did this all play out? But no, that's how I just really feel about the movie. I think it's a good movie. I think it's great also just for its time period and what they showcase and what's shown, especially during the 60s or the late 60s for film. You definitely understand why it's there on the list for people's like top 10 horror movies of all time. And I thought for, starting off spooky season and coming back into it, that we'd talk about Rosemary's Baby and why it was such a phenomenon that it was back then and is now. And I would say is just a big piece of horror history for that time period and what it's shown. So for me, I'm going to give this movie an 8.9. I think for the time period that it debuted and that it made its feature, it had to be incredible. It had to be just absolutely shocking and just, yeah, threw people off. Because like I said, with the writing and the characters there and everything just being a full-on mystery, you don't know what's coming. And you're constantly questioning things all the time throughout this film. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.9. I do like this movie. I go back and watch it time to time. It's never a back-to-back thing, but every once in a while, I'll throw in Rosemary's Baby. I think it's a good film. But I'd love to hear what you guys think about the film, or what other movies that are coming out, new horror movies. There's been lots of great horror movies this year. But I'd love some of your feedback, or for you guys to just tell me what you've been watching and what's going on and the amazingness. But never ever forget to stay marvelous. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.